Well, yeah, well, and I guess now is as good a time as I guess this is the first time we've sat down and done any recording. I thought about doing some sort of like a short or something like that related to this. But yeah, this whole thing with the Ninja Kidz, that's been something. Talk about a roller coaster. If for those who may not know, because apparently not everybody knew about this. There's this little YouTube, not little, but there's this YouTube channel that I think is for, because I looked them up because I want to know who they were. They had actually, like, pre-COVID, they took, I think they're a dojo, and they took some of their kids and basically used them, and they were like 10 years old at the most of them. And they made a little Power Rangers fan series with these kids as the Rangers. Well, now they're grown up and they wanted to make another one. And well, no, I don't think it was that they want to make another one. If I have my story straight, they were actually commissioned by Playmates to make a new series. So this is technically officially licensed to promote the new toy line. And they started getting into that. The suits that they were using were based off of the designs by Tokujay, and given the limbo that the franchise has been in, it's honestly really only the closest thing to an actual Power Rangers anything being made at this point, even though it's basically just an officially sanctioned fan series or fan film. Well, then the trailer got put out, and I'm hearing rumors that it was not supposed to be released. It was leaked. And it was discovered that they were using AI for some, not even most, but some of their special effects. And people flipped the heck out over it. And now it's looking like, because of the negative reaction that it's gotten, it's even been disavowed by Tokujay. It looks like the thing's been canceled by Hasbro, even though Hasbro put nothing into this.
On these smaller, we're going to have to live in reality, guys. On a lot of these smaller fan productions, AI is going to be the only way they're going to be able to make something look somewhat decent, affordably. And I think Tokujay's probably biggest gripe would be that the suit themselves looks good. The helmets are way out of proportion. So the helmets don't look good, and they may not have. I mean, that's originally his creation, so they should at least credit him or something.
I think they were. It's just that Tokujay has been adamantly anti-AI. So when he found out that they were resorting to AI, he said nothing for a while, and then a few days ago put out a very involved, and I will say, a very well-written statement about it. And I could understand why that would be disappointing, but the level of vitriol that's been thrown at them, it didn't just stop at them complaining, the Ranger Nation complaining about the AI. They also tried to throw them under the bus, because it looks like at least one, I don't know about all of them, but at least one of the young actors in it follows conservative pundits on social media, and apparently his parents are Trump supporters or something weird. Like, they're just trying to throw him under the bus for anything at this point.
It's funny that the DEI crowd really doesn't want any diversity other than people who agree with everything they say.
Yeah, it's just to the point of absurdity at this point, and I'm just like, calm the heck down. I will admit, I'm still sorting through my own, as a creator myself, I'm still sorting through my feelings about AI. I have a complicated relationship with it. I'm not a fan of generative AI. Using AI as a tool, I don't mind, but using it to make something whole cloth, I'm dicey on that one. I don't know how to feel about it, because I'm looking at it as like, if someone used AI to generate a book, or when I was a teacher, if someone had fed a prompt, if a student had fed a prompt into Chat GPT and it spat out a paper for him, and I found out about that, I would fail the paper because he's not learning anything. He's defeating the process and just thinking like all he wants is the product. No, the product is actually the least important thing to me. I need to see you go through the process.
Right.
It's I think it's case by case basis on a lot of this stuff. Like it depends on how they were using the AI. If there were people who were willing to do it for free and they just opted for AI, then that's wrong. But like the people were wanting to get paid an absurd amount for this project they couldn't afford, or the work they were giving was actually looked worse than what the AI was providing. They are trying to put forth a good product. That's one thing. So I think it's just a case by case basis. Everybody's so knee jerk about everything. I get why Koku J would be um, anti AI because now everybody is using. You see these AI generated images like we'll make a Cosmic Fury suit based off Toku J's works and putting it up like it's his work. He's like, no, I've not done that. So you can understand why if they're going to have to start, AI is going to have to be reined in. It's like, no, you can't do something that's in the style of an established artist or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, and there's also the stealing part of generative AI as well. It's complicated, like I said.
Yeah.
Some people are trying to say it's just the next step in the evolution of technology. It's no different than wooden shipbuilders being upset at steamship builders. I'm like, it doesn't feel quite the same to me. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we got CGI.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not real.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's weird. I see, I can see both sides, and like I said, my feelings on it are complicated.
Yeah, and you also don't have to watch it. So
yeah, that's the other thing too. Is like you don't have to cancel these people; just don't watch it if you're not interested in it.
mm-hmm.
There is also something to be said that, as I've heard one counter argument that I've heard against the people who are complaining about this is like, yeah, you're the same people who will complain that the quote unquote actual special effects when they're being made that they look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not gonna accept AI even if AI generated stuff, even if it looks better. So it's just like you can't really win other than making something that looks expensive.
There has to be a line, obviously, but we have to be understanding towards people. Special effects are the biggest part of a budget. It's something that is small budget. I'm sorry, if you're wanting a good quality product, they're going to have to resort to using some like AI generated special effects. It's just a cost saving measure. And for me, minus the helmets, if you go and look at the suits that they made, there's intricate design in the white part of their chest. They showed that they had the coin emblems and stuff. I made sure that the money be spent on that and put up with AI special effects. I mean, look at what the quality in the CGI we got for Once and Always. Which would you rather have, people? That or decent AI generated Megazord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah. You got a point there. That's like I said, one of the most profound things that I ever heard, and I believe this was said by artist Matt Frank, which was he was a comic book artist. Well, he is a comic book artist. And I do think this is probably the most insightful thing I think he's ever said is that people don't want movies that look good. They want movies that look expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two very different things. Or at least those mindsets are very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a big difference because you can watch a movie and a big budget movie, it looks good. You can watch a fan film and instantly tell it's a fan film.
Mm-hmm.
So
But sometimes the fan film's got other things going for it that the big budget movie doesn't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like I said, it's complicated. And
I'm always against putting people out of work or whatever, but if the crew that they've already hired and they can't hire anymore are using the AI as a tool to make it better.
The other part of the story that I heard was that they did bring on Ninja Kidz did bring on some special effects artists, and the special effects artists were using AI to augment their work. I also heard that the post-production wasn't handled by Ninja Kidz. It was outsourced.
So we're getting knee-jerk reactions or what? People using AI as a tool.
It sounds like it. Like I said, the whole thing is just absolutely ridiculous, and I do think some of these content creators in Ranger Nation are using this as an opportunity to get clicks, because that's all anybody does anymore with this sort of stuff. So I would have been curious to, if it really has been canceled, that is a bit disappointing. I would have been curious to have at least seen it and pass judgment on the final product, and not what was apparently a trailer that was not meant to be seen anyway, because it was only out for a little while, and now I've heard that the video's been privated so nobody can watch it again, at least on one of the Ninja Kidz channels.
Absolutely. I was actually like, I didn't think it was gonna be for me, but I was actually looking forward to, like, okay, a new kid friendly, possibly Power Rangers, something that I can enjoy with my son or whatever else,
Yeah. And I will confess, I was hoping that it would have been well enough received, because if they had made another one, I was gonna email them and say, "So, you gonna introduce Rito?"
Yes, you can be the live action.
Because if it's still officially sanctioned, even though it's a glorified fan film, I could say, like, I am now the official Rito.
Absolutely. No, man, that disappoints me, because they put in a lot over some. It's not a completely AI generated project. They put a lot of work into it, and now over what on the surface appears to be, and I can understand Toku J's thing against AI, and him not wanting to support it personally, but such a mass reaction has caused a lot of work that a lot of actual people did to never get seen. That's sad.
Supposedly not get seen. There's no confirmation for sure if this thing's been officially canceled or not. But Hasbro has been reminding everybody, hey, we're making it's like, there's going to be another Power Rangers thing next year.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't trust Hasbro.
I don't either. And I'll just say it again. The Neo Saban era I would still say it, in terms of on-screen media, is the worst era of Power Rangers. But in terms of brand management, Hasbro's by far the worst.
Oh Lord, yes.
Yeah.
Because even though it wasn't good, Power Rangers was everywhere under Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of looking back on it, even at least when Samurai was on, it seemed like Saban was trying to push Power Rangers relatively hard.
He was it was getting back to where people even were like, oh yeah, I heard that Power Rangers is back. Well, it never went anywhere, but yeah.
That is the funny thing about it. But anyway, that might be we should probably table that discussion for a little bit later. Who knows? I might even drag my friend Michael back into the recording booth to hash some things out about this. Talk about it maybe as a bonus episode or whatever. Even if this Ninja Kidz thing never comes out, we can.
I don't know. Michael's not an opinionated man, so.
But anyway, it is a Halloween special tonight, gentlemen.